Good morning and welcome to another live at Station 424 YouTube Fire Safety broadcast. Today's subject is open air burning, and we're going to be talking about what ends up happening, what is open air burning, and the rules associated with it. As the fall is coming, we want to entertain a little bit more outside. We'd love to end up having our fire pits going, or a little bit more ambiance with the fire. So we're going to be talking about the rules and regulations associated with that. I'm joined today with two public educators, Tom Milicevic and Sam Kamen, and we're going to be talking about these items. Also, if you have questions, as this is a live YouTube broadcast, please enter your questions below or to the side, and we're going to get to your questions at the end of the actual broadcast. So let's get started. Gentlemen?
Well, good morning, everyone. We're going to talk about open air burning today. I believe we've discussed this before, but now with the fall coming, many citizens have questions about what they can actually burn, what they can't. So we're going to talk about open air burning. Tim, what is open air burning?
So open air burning means any fire or burning that is conducted outside of a building. Open air burning is not permitted in the City of Toronto except under certain conditions.
Okay, so as Tim said, open air burning technically is not allowed in the City of Toronto, but there are exceptions, okay? Now, if you get a permit from Toronto Fire Services or Parks, Forestry and Recreation, that will allow you to do open air burning, but it's specific for that, that particular use. Okay, so if you get a permit, you can do it. The other way you can do open air burning, if you have a small confined fire that's used to cook food on a grill, barbecue, or spit, that's allowed. But remember, that burning must be in proportion to the quantity and type of food that's being cooked, and it must be supervised at all times. The other time that you can have it is if you have an appliance that meets the requirements.
Gas and propane. They have to be supervised at all times. They have to be operated in a safe manner, and they have to be located away from anything that can burn, anything that's combustible. They have to have a ULC or CSA approval on them, either a marking or a tag. They have to be certified for outdoor use. And finally, they have to be assembled, installed, maintained, and used as per the instructions of the manufacturer.
That's excellent, actually. One of the things we get a lot of people asking us about, fall's coming, and they think that they can burn the leaves in their backyard. Well, so open air burning actually can cause significant fire hazards. It produces toxic fumes and smoke, chemicals, and reduces visibility and increases odors. So if you decide to do some open air burning in your backyard, that smoke goes into your neighbor's house, and that can cause significant health effects for those people. So somebody had a question, they asked us previously about burning leaves in a backyard in the fall. You can't. Never burn leaves, rubbish, plastics, accelerants, something like gasoline. You can't burn wood or cardboard in your backyard. And just remember, those embers from those burning leaves and garbage, they're not only toxic, but if it's a windy day, those embers can actually get blown into your neighbor's backyard, and it can get blown onto their deck. And we've had fires on rear decks of homes because they had combustible items on those decks, and somebody was burning leaves, and those leaves blew into the neighbor's yard, catches fire or something on the deck. So just remember, never burn leaves, rubbish, plastic, any type of garbage. And any open air burning that doesn't meet the requirements in the Ontario Fire Code, it will be extinguished if we show up.
Carlo, I noticed you had your hand up there. Do we have a question?
Actually, yeah, I've fielded a couple of questions now as I'm looking at the live feed here. First question is from Jeff. He's technical aspect, technical fault on my problem, but obviously it answers the question quite vividly. But I guess it really comes down like any other appliance or anything that you buy at a store. You always should follow the manufacturer's recommendation of the product. So obviously for refilling it, you should be using the proper, as it said in the video, a flame arrestor on the container when you refill. So that's the answer to that question. So yes, they are safe, but you have to follow manufacturer instructions. We do have another question. This is from Susan in Etobicoke. With the fall coming up, she's going to be clearing out her backyard. You know, leaves, tree branches, and you know, bundling them all up as a chore for her. Can she burn them?
I believe she must have missed the last part of this presentation.
Yeah. The answer is no.
Okay.
You're not allowed to do open air burning, especially leaves. That's an extremely high hazard. The wind picks up and you can easily have fire spread. So the simple answer is, in Toronto, no.
Okay, well that covers it. The last one which we have is Joseph. He's from Regent Park. And he's basically saying, where do we go for more fire safety information? Is there a website or a phone number that we can call?
So two good options are you can go onto toronto.ca/fire to find information on the web. If you have trouble locating on our web pages, you could also contact 311 and ask to speak to the fire prevention office in your area. One thing you want to be really aware of is it's much better to go on Toronto's website or call 311 because they're specific to Toronto. If you were to just type in open air burning on Google as a search and just, let's say, click on the first one that comes up, you might get the open air burning rules and requirements for a different municipality. So for example, if you clicked it and it was Georgina that came up, well, in Georgina, you actually are allowed to do open air burning as long as you meet certain requirements. So it's very specific that you look up Toronto's requirements for open air burning because they are different than other municipalities in the GTA and up north and out east and west.
Well, great. That's pretty much questions that we have for today. Thank you, gentlemen, for providing all this information. And for the public who are watching, please feel free to